So now moving away from the energy sector to traditional infrastructure, which in this case, let's focus on infrastructure in the transportation sector. Obviously, again, a big focus of the Trump campaign and a big focus of his rhetoric now as president-elect is expanding out and making significant investment in the infrastructure space. But what people need to realize is there's a difference between developing the infrastructure space or sector as a governmental matter and having government investment in that, and then versus how that translates into actual deals getting done. So it could be one thing where the government is contributing to programs for shovel-ready infrastructure projects. That doesn't really translate to what we as transactors are working on. What affects us as transactors is government policy relating to, for example, TIFIA and their ability to provide loans for transportation infrastructure projects, and also, very importantly, what state and local policy will be on P3. So, for example, whether a city or a state wants to sell a significant asset because of monetary needs very much drives the types of deals that we work on, rather than a policy to continue to develop out infrastructure. There is certainly an interplay between the two to the extent that cities become more flush or states become more flush with cash. There's less of a need or less of an incentive to engage in a P3 structure to the extent that the government itself is investing and picking up on the infrastructure sector, so there's less private need. There's certainly an interplay of that. And we think, though, that that interplay will continue as kind of it has naturally developed over the past few years. We don't see government, particularly in this administration, supplanting private investment, but whether that private investment will occur really also depends upon the needs of states and local governments.